Hey guys, welcome back to Sparkman Homestead. My name is Krista. We are gonna do things a little bit different today. I have a helper today in the kitchen with me. Well, he's not really a helper. He's gonna be actually doing most of the work. I am in the process of making sourdough bread right now, and he wants to make a new recipe. I'm making bread, and he has this recipe called firecracker. What is it called?
Alabama firecracker.
Alabama firecracker. So he wanted to make them. I said, you go ahead, go in the kitchen, make them. I'm making bread. I can't do another task right now. So he is going to make them. And I thought it would be fun to turn the camera on and show you guys this recipe. I've never had it before. He actually got the recipe from one of his coworkers, and he ate most of his coworker's bag of them, and he came home and he's like, we gotta make these. So his coworker gave him the recipe, so he is gonna try to make them today. It's also really good for like an appetizer to bring to a party. So if you're going to like holiday parties, which this is a perfect recipe for this time of year. So I'll show you how to make them, or he will show you how to make them. I'm actually gonna give him the microphone because we only have one mic and he's gonna be doing most of the talking. I'm gonna be behind the camera, so it's gonna be different. We're switching things up today. So what are we gonna start with?
So we're gonna start with red pepper flake, and it says to use 1 tablespoon of this. So
That seems like that's gonna be like fiery hot.
Well, that's the name, Alabama firecrackers. So we're gonna do, oh boy. Oh, that should be good. All right, so next we're gonna do a 1 packet of ranch mix, but we're gonna use this, and this is gonna basically be 3 tablespoons. But if you have 1 packet, just use the 1 packet.
The bread,
What happened?
it's a little toasty.
Yeah, it did. So there's our 3 tablespoons of that. So the next is all 1 teaspoon. We're gonna do garlic powder. Next is gonna be cayenne pepper. Also 1 teaspoon of that. Next is paprika, but we're gonna use smoked paprika.
Oh, and the other thing too is these are smoked red pepper flakes.
We're gonna have a lot of smoke flavor in this.
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool. And then last we're gonna use is the chili powder. This also says 1 teaspoon. Ooh, this stuff is strong.
Yeah, that's actually mild chili powder, so it's a little bit more spicy than the normal stuff.
So this is gonna be a real Alabama firecracker. All right, and the next is gonna be 1 cup of oil, and we're gonna use avocado oil. I didn't realize 1 cup was that much. Wow, that's a lot of oil. Okay.
And you can use any oil as well. Doesn't have to be avocado, so whatever kind you have available.
So now we're gonna whisk this up really good. Then we're gonna open 4 package of saltine crackers, put them in a Ziploc bag, and
Packages or sleeves?
4 sleeves, 4 packages, 4 sleeves. Basically, it's 1 box.
Yeah.
1 box, and we went with the OG.
I really feel that this is gonna be really, really spicy. Like,
Well, that's the whole point of it.
yeah, but really spicy. Those red pepper flakes.
Well,
Like, try a
yeah.
little bit on your tongue.
No,
Just see, experiment what it's like.
no,
Just see.
it's probably gonna be spicy. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's got a little after kick for sure.
The saltiness from the crackers will probably take away from that heat. I think that's good and mixed.
So now we're gonna Ziploc bag.
I think those are 2-gallon bags.
Yeah, we got these like IKEA last week. Our traditional Thanksgiving stop on the way home is IKEA in Memphis. Man, that's a lot of crackers. Oh,
Could maybe gift your coworker back some that you
no.
ate all of his.
No, they were too good. Way too good. All right.
Are you done with all this stuff?
Yeah. All right, so we got our 4 sleeves in there. It just says just to pour it all over it, and then just constantly shake up the bag. Just says to constantly turn it for the next 24 hours. So
Where do you have to store it in the fridge or like?
Nope.
Just on a counter?
Just on the counter. It just says constantly turn it for the next 24 hours. And it'll eventually all soak up and get all mixed up nice.
You want to give it a good shake? Really being very delicate with it.
No, just don't want to break them all. And that oil is going to coat everything and soak everything up. Voila. That's Alabama firecrackers.
I won't make him make supper, but I am going to show you guys actually how I make my chili. It is kind of rainy outside and it's actually not cold out. We've been having a cold snap lately and today it's in the 50s, which is really, really nice, but it's rainy and gray. So it's a perfect day to have some chili. So I made some sourdough bread. I have shown you guys so many times how I make this sourdough bread. If I can actually find the original recipe, I will leave it linked for you. But I thought what would be really nice to do is just make some little sourdough bowls and put the chili in it. So I'm going to show you how I make a quick and easy chili recipe. This one, I believe I got the original recipe from Pioneer Woman, but I have since like changed it and just kind of adapted it to stuff that we like. I think the original recipe actually called for like masa in it because you make like these corn dumplings kind of, but we're not going to do that. We are just going to put them in the sourdough bowls. So I have my second loaf in the oven right now. Well, actually I don't have it in the oven. I'm just preheating the cast iron. So my oven's probably going to beep in a couple of minutes. Got my big old recipe book out. I have to find the recipe because I have not made this recipe in a long time. This is usually a recipe that I only make in the winter because honestly, who wants to eat chili in the summer? I mean, some people might love chili that much that they eat it in the summer, but I'm not one of those people. I think chili is an amazing winter meal. I have my cookbook all organized by meats. So I have a chicken section, a beef section, and I just can't find it anywhere. So my oven just beeped. I'm gonna get my cast iron out, but I need to get this out of the basket. I just do my second rise in just these baskets that I get from the secondhand store. Just a little tiny basket. You do not need to buy those expensive baskets on Amazon. Any basket works. And the thrift store is a perfect place to find them, or garage sales. I just do a little light clean on it just to make sure that there's nothing, you know, gross on it. Get that cast iron out. And I just use a chicken fryer cast iron just to bake my sourdough in. Again, I have nothing fancy. I set the timer for 6 minutes, and then after the 6 minutes, I have to score it, and then I put the lid back on and cook it some more. Steven is snacking on them. What do you think about them?
Good.
Yeah, are they hot?
Yeah.
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 He also said the crackers were stale. We do not eat a lot of saltines. In fact, I think the only reason I had bought them was when I was going through my treatments. I couldn't really stomach a lot of stuff, but I could eat saltines because it kind of helped my stomach. That was a while ago, so they're a little stale. Hopefully the heat takes that off. I'm getting started with the chili. So I have 1 pound of ground beef in here, and I'm just gonna brown it up using my little chopper. I love this thing for chopping the meat. There is actually a little bit of a trick to using this chopper. You see how some of the meat gets stuck in it? What you have to do first is apparently just let your meat kind of cook a little bit on the bottom. And once it cooks a little bit, then you can come in and use this. And apparently it prevents this from happening. I just am not patient and just wanted to do that now. Actually gonna open a window as well because with my oven on 500 degrees to make the sourdough, it is actually hot in here. Steven is just going, no, it's not. We have different gauges of heat. He is always cold and I am always hot. So clearly we sleep with the windows open at night because if I can't sleep, we're both not sleeping. If you want, you could probably use like a venison in this as well. I've actually made this recipe with ground venison. It was delicious. I would imagine that any type of ground meat would be fine in this. And you could probably even bypass this step and use a canned ground beef as well. And this would come together really, really quickly. The original recipe that I was following said that this needed to cook for 4 hours. I like a little bit more of a runnier chili, like more tomato sauce in mine. So I don't necessarily need it to cook down all day. It is already 3 o'clock and we'll probably eat around 5. So a good 2 hours to have this simmering on the stovetop is perfectly fine for this. In fact, I don't even think it would need 2 hours. I have this meat mostly browned. There are some pink spots in it, but that's fine. I'm gonna still cook it. So I have a little puck of garlic. There's probably about a tablespoon of garlic in that. I'm just gonna put it in here. It's just frozen, so it'll have to thaw down. But I'm just gonna add it with this ground beef just to finish cooking it. And I'm also going to season the ground beef with a little bit of salt and pepper. And I love making chili too because it always makes leftovers, which is perfect. I'm wondering if I should try to can some of the leftovers because I know in the fall canning book, there is a recipe to can chili. I'm wondering if I could just take this and I might actually do that. If we have extras, I might do that. I'm gonna get out my pot. You can just use any large big stock pot for this. So I have some red beans or kidney beans and black beans. I'm just going to rinse these and drain them so that I get all of the, stuff off of it. When I'm draining and rinsing my beans, if I'm using 2 different kinds of beans, I just do them together because they're gonna go into the pot together anyways, and there's just easier to do it this way. So I already have my black beans in there and I'm just adding my red kidney beans. I think I actually only have 2 more jars of black beans. So I'm thinking that that might be a canning project I'm probably gonna do next week. And then get them good and rinsed. You also do not even need to add ground beef to this recipe because it has the beans in it for good protein. This, I just like to have it really, really high protein, so I'm adding the ground beef, but if you don't want to add ground beef, you can just use just the beans and that's perfect. So we're gonna add all of this cooked ground beef to this pot here. I'm gonna try to get some of the grease out. There's not very much in here, but we'll try to not get it in here. I have the heat turned off right now on this. So next we're gonna add a quart of our home canned tomato sauce. I like to have this really saucy, so I add this. I'm probably actually gonna go and get another pint and add it in here because I like to have it really, really tomatoey. Or not tomatoey, saucy. So this is just with 1 quart in it and it does cook down, especially because we're gonna leave this for a couple hours. This will reduce quite a bit. So I'm gonna add another pint of just plain tomato sauce. This sauce has nothing in it, no salt, no pepper. It is just plain tomatoes cooked down. We're gonna add that in there. Then we are going to add our black beans and red kidney beans. You can use pinto beans in this. In fact, I think the original recipe did call for pinto beans. We just prefer black beans, so just use whatever beans you have or you like. And then next we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And then we're gonna add probably about 2 teaspoons of cumin. We really like the cumin taste in this. And then about 1.5 tablespoons of dried oregano. And then we're gonna go in with like a little pinch of cayenne pepper. Not very much, because the chili powder that we're actually using has quite a bit of spice in it already, so I don't want to be overkill. You can also just use a chili seasoning packet in this as well. That's another way to go. If you don't have all of these individual spices, I believe they make like individual chili seasoning packets. So you could probably definitely use that in this as well. Then we're gonna add a little bit of liquid smoke. I just like the little bit that it gives it. So I just added like a capful, which is probably, I would say maybe 1/4 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon. Stir that in. And then I'm gonna add some jalapenos. That's another reason why I didn't add a lot of cayenne pepper, because I knew I was gonna be adding these. These are just our pickled jalapenos, and I just add maybe a 1/4 cup to it. I don't wanna add too much, just enough that, you know, you could get a couple in your bowl. And then we're also going to add a teaspoon of salt in this. And let's just stir it. I'm just gonna test it and make sure that all of the flavorings are okay in this. See if I need to add any more salt. Nope, it's good. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll just turn the heat back on. And I'm gonna probably turn it on to a medium right now just to get it to come to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, I'm gonna reduce the heat to a simmer, and I'm gonna let this simmer probably for about 2 hours. My sourdough timer is gonna go off, so I need to take the lid off of it here. Reduce the temperature. Put my glasses on so I can see the numbers. That just needs another 15 minutes and then that loaf is done. So yeah, you can let this go for as long as you want. The longer you simmer this, the more the flavors are gonna kind of work together, and it'll definitely be more flavorful if you let this cook a little bit longer. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna go and get a jar of diced tomatoes, and I'm gonna put some diced tomatoes in this. This recipe is very, very forgiving. You can really just use whatever you like in it, whatever your family likes. I don't want all this sauce, so I'm just gonna try to scoop these tomatoes out of here. Although this sauce would probably be good. We'll just put it all in. We'll just put it all in. It's not gonna hurt it. We're reducing it down for a couple hours anyways. The other thing I really like to add to this, which we do not have, is bacon. Usually at the end of it, once it has like about half an hour left, I will crumble up some bacon and put it in it. It's just really, really delicious. So we're gonna let this just simmer away and cook, and then I will see you guys back once it is done. And I realized that I was splashing everywhere and I don't have my apron on. Oh, that's fine. Okay, I'll see you guys when it is ready to eat. All right, it is 5:30. It feels like it's midnight right now. I'm so tired. So we're gonna check this chili and see if it's done. I'm pretty sure it's done. Yep. Okay, we'll give it a stir. You see how much it reduced and it just thickened up? So good. So my sourdough bread, one turned out like a perfect size to like cut the thing in and make a sourdough bowl with. But then this one, I didn't cut them evenly. And it's hard to see on the camera, but this one is way bigger. So this is gonna be way too much to put food in. So I think, I don't know what we should do. Maybe we'll just cut this loaf up and just have this with the chili, because I don't know. What do you think we should do? I also made this other sourdough loaf. I definitely ate some already, but this is just like a sandwich bread. Love it, love it, love it. I'm thinking about doing a video maybe in the new year sometime showing you guys some of my sourdough recipes for my bread, because I'm now slowly starting to experiment a little bit with it. We are gonna have some supper, watch some Christmas movies, and just enjoy the rest of our night. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. It was a little bit different than normal, but I thought it was fun just to bring Steven into the kitchen. And when he wants to do stuff, I will gladly do it with him, because I think it's fun to have somebody in the kitchen with me. So thanks so much guys for watching today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys.